Let me ask you something strange. Something that might sound completely wrong at first. What if saving money is not your real problem? What if all those years of trying to budget, trying to cut back, trying to be disciplined, were focused on the wrong thing entirely? What if the real problem is that the system you're using, your financial life, your daily habits, your entire approach to money, is designed to keep you broke? Think about it for a moment. Every single month, you earn money. You work hard for it. You trade your time, your energy, your focus for a paycheck. Every single month, you try to save. You have good intentions. You tell yourself, this month will be different. This month I'll finally get ahead. And every single month, without fail, the money disappears. It slips through your fingers like water. No matter how hard you squeeze, no matter how much you tighten your grip, you can't seem to keep it. A little here for something you forgot about. A little there for an expense you didn't plan. And by the end of the month, you're left wondering, where did it all go? So today, I'm going to show you something different. I'm not going to give you the same old advice about skipping lattes and making a budget. I'm not going to tell you to save more like every other financial video. I'm going to show you how to escape the system that keeps you stuck. The invisible system that's designed to drain your money, distract your attention, and keep you running on a hamster wheel forever. Imagine a video game. A simple, classic video game like the ones you played as a kid. In this game, you're the main character. You run through levels, collecting coins as you go. Every coin you grab adds to your total. Your goal is simple. Reach 100,000 coins. That's the finish line. That's the win. But there's a catch. A twist that makes the game much harder than it first appears. Every level you play has hidden drains built into the floor. You can't see them. They're invisible, camouflaged perfectly. You don't notice them as you run. But every few seconds, without any warning, a small number of coins quietly drains out of your pocket. A few here, a few there. You never feel it happening. You never see the loss. You just look down occasionally and realize your total isn't growing as fast as it should. That's real life. That's the game we're all playing without knowing it. The drains are everywhere. They're the subscription services you signed up for and forgot about. The $10 here, $15 there, automatic payments that run every month whether you use them or not. They're the impulse buys at the checkout counter, the quick tap of your phone to buy something you didn't plan for. They're the lifestyle upgrades that feel like rewards but actually just raise your baseline spending. They're the convenience fees, the delivery charges, the small luxuries that add up to large leaks. You run through the levels, you collect your coins, you think you're making progress. But because of the drains, because of the invisible leaks, you're actually standing still. Maybe even going backwards. You're working harder and harder, but your coin total refuses to climb. This is the game. And most people never even realize they're playing it. Now here's where things get interesting. Here's where the game changes. There is a specific number, a threshold, that changes everything about how money works. That number is $100,000. Before you reach $100,000 in investments, you are pushing money forward with your own effort. Every dollar you save is a dollar you earned and set aside. You are the engine. You are the motor. You are doing all the work. After you cross $100,000, something shifts. The money itself starts to contribute. It starts to push back. You're no longer the only force in the game. Let me explain this with a simple image. Imagine you're trying to push a car that has run out of gas. It's a heavy, massive object. At first, it barely moves. You strain, you sweat, you push with everything you have, and it inches forward just a little bit. It feels impossible. It feels like you're making no progress at all. But if you keep pushing, if you don't give up, something happens. The car starts to gain momentum. It starts to roll more easily. And eventually, after enough time and effort, it's moving on its own. You're not really pushing anymore. You're just guiding it, steering it, keeping it on the road. That's what happens with money. The first $10,000 is the hardest. You push and it barely budges. The first $25,000 is still hard, but you can feel a little momentum. The first $50,000 starts to feel like something real. And when you hit $100,000, the car is rolling. The money is now working alongside you. Let's break down exactly what this means. Let's put numbers on it so you can see the shift clearly. Imagine you've managed to save and invest $100,000. You have it in a diversified portfolio, something simple like an index fund that tracks the stock market. Historically, the stock market has returned about 8% to 10% per year over long periods. Let's be conservative and use 8%. 8% of $100,000 is $8,000 per year. That's $8,000 you did not have to work for. Divide that by 12 months, and it's about $660 per month. $660 that shows up in your account without you lifting a finger. Now, let that sink in for a moment. Imagine waking up on the 1st of the month. You check your phone, you look at your investment account, and you see that you've made $660 while you were sleeping. While you were eating dinner. While you were watching a movie. While you were doing absolutely nothing. No boss told you what to do. No alarm clock woke you up early. No commute stole your time. No stressful meetings drained your energy. The money just appeared. Because your money is now working for you. This is the shift. This is the moment when money stops being just something you spend and starts becoming a partner in your life. A silent, invisible partner that works 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, never takes a vacation, never gets tired, and never complains. At $100,000, this partner contributes a meaningful amount. At $200,000, it contributes $16,000 per year. At $500,000, it contributes $40,000 per year. At $1 million, it contributes $80,000 per year, which is a full salary for many people. The more you build, the harder your money works for you. And the less you have to work for it. Before we talk about how to get to $100,000, we need to destroy the biggest myth about why people are stuck. The myth that keeps millions of people running in place forever. The myth is this: I'm not saving enough because I don't earn enough. If I just made more money, I could finally save. This sounds true. It feels true. But it's a trap. Because the problem is almost never your income level. The problem is your system. Your income could double tomorrow, and if your system doesn't change, you'll still be broke in 5 years. You'll just have a more expensive version of broke. Here are the 5 real reasons you're stuck. The hidden problems that have nothing to do with how much you earn. Problem number 1. You save last. This is the most common mistake in all of personal finance. Money comes in, and you pay your rent, your bills, your subscriptions, your lifestyle. You spend on everything else first. And then, at the end of the month, when there's almost nothing left, you try to save whatever happens to be remaining. The result is inevitable. There's never anything left. You're trying to fill a bucket that has a giant hole in the bottom. No matter how much water you pour in, it's always empty at the end of the day. Problem number 2. Your system leaks. I mentioned the drains earlier. They're real. Small expenses that seem harmless individually become massive leaks over time. A $12 subscription here. A $15 delivery fee there. A $30 impulse buy at the store. A $50 dinner out that you don't really think about. These aren't big purchases. They don't feel significant. But when you add them up, when you actually track them, you'll often find $200, $300, even $500 disappearing every month into tiny leaks you never noticed. Problem number 3. You reward yourself too early. This one is psychological. You work hard. You feel like you deserve nice things. And you do deserve nice things. But there's a timing problem. You buy the new phone, the better car, the nicer apartment, the more comfortable lifestyle, before you've built the wealth to support it. You take the reward before you've completed the mission. And by taking the reward early, you make the mission much harder to complete. Problem number 4. You think too small. Saving $50 or $100 a month is better than nothing. But let's be honest. It's not going to change your life. At that rate, it will take you decades to reach $100,000. You'll be old by the time your money starts working for you. The problem isn't that you're saving something. The problem is that you're thinking at a scale that can't produce the result you want. You need bigger moves, not just tiny cuts. Problem number 5. You have no clear mission. I want to save money is not a goal. It's a wish. It's like saying I want to be healthy without any plan for diet or exercise. It doesn't create focus. It doesn't create motivation. It doesn't create urgency. Without a clear, specific, measurable target, your brain doesn't take it seriously. It's just background noise. Something you vaguely hope will happen someday. Now that we understand the problems, let's rebuild everything. Let's create a new system. A system that actually works, that's designed to get you to $100,000 and beyond. This system is simple, clear, powerful, and it doesn't depend on willpower or motivation. Rule number 1. Pay yourself first. This is the most important rule in all of personal finance. It reverses the order of everything. Money comes in, and the very first thing you do is move a portion of it to savings and investments. Before rent. Before bills. Before groceries. Before anything. You decide on a percentage, let's say 20% or 30%, and you automate it. The money moves before you even see it, before your brain has a chance to spend it. You learn to live on what's left. This one change, this one reversal of the normal order, transforms your financial life. Because now saving isn't what's left over. It's the foundation. Rule number 2. Build pressure. Here's a truth that most people don't want to hear. You don't grow in comfort. You grow when you're slightly uncomfortable. If your life is completely comfortable, if you have everything you want and never feel any financial pressure, you won't change. You won't grow. You won't build. A little pressure, a little discomfort, a little feeling of I need to figure this out, is actually good for you. It forces you to get creative. It forces you to earn more, cut more, think differently. Don't run from the pressure. Use it. Rule number 3. Use money to grow money. Saving alone is slow. Putting cash in a bank account earning 1% interest will take forever to get you anywhere. To reach $100,000 and beyond, you need to invest. You need to put your money to work in assets that grow over time. Stocks, index funds, real estate, businesses. Things that have historically returned more than inflation. Things that compound. Things that turn your savings into a money-growing machine. Rule number 4. Track your progress. Every week, take 5 minutes to look at your numbers. How much do you have saved? How much have you invested? How close are you to your target? This isn't about obsessing. It's about staying connected. It's about feeding your motivation. Watching the number grow, even a little, even slowly, is incredibly powerful. It reinforces your habits. It reminds you why you're doing this. Rule number 5. Increase your income. Cutting expenses has limits. You can only cut so much. You can only live so frugally. Eventually, you hit a floor. But earning more has no limits. There's no ceiling on your income. You can always learn new skills, take on more responsibility, start a side business, find ways to bring in more money. Cutting is important, but earning is the real superpower. The more you earn, the more you can invest, and the faster you reach the magic number. If you want to get to $100,000 faster, if you want to accelerate the process, here are 3 strategies that actually work. Strategy 1. Make one big change, not 20 small cuts. Most people try to save by cutting tiny expenses. They cancel one subscription, skip one coffee, brown bag one lunch. And they're exhausted from all the effort, but the results are tiny. One big change is more powerful than 20 small cuts. Move to a cheaper apartment. Sell your car and buy a cheaper one. Get a roommate. Make a major lifestyle shift that saves you $500 or $1,000 a month. That one decision does more than 100 tiny cuts ever could. Strategy 2. Side income is a cheat code. If you can earn an extra $500 a month from a side gig, freelance work, or small business, that's $6,000 a year. Invested over time, that's life-changing money. Side income doesn't have to be huge. It doesn't have to replace your full-time job. It just has to be extra, above and beyond what you already earn. Money that can go straight into your investments without affecting your lifestyle. Strategy 3. Never waste unexpected money. Tax refunds, bonuses, gifts, inheritance, money you didn't expect. Most people see this as fun money and spend it immediately. Wealthy people see it differently. They see unexpected money as a rocket fuel for their investments. They take that money and put it straight into their portfolio, accelerating their progress without any sacrifice to their daily life. Every time you get unexpected money, ask yourself, do I want to spend this on temporary fun, or do I want to invest it in permanent freedom? Now I need to tell you something. Something that might be uncomfortable. Something that most people don't want to hear. While you're on this journey, while you're building your first $100,000, while you're living below your means and investing consistently, your friends will look richer than you. They'll have better clothes. They'll take better vacations. They'll post pictures on social media of their amazing lives. They'll have the new phones, the new cars, the new everything. And you'll be the one saying no. You'll be the one driving the older car. You'll be the one skipping the expensive trip. You'll look, from the outside, like you're falling behind. But here's what you won't see. Behind the scenes, behind the filtered photos and the carefully curated posts, most of those people are stuck. They're living paycheck to paycheck on a higher income. They're one emergency away from disaster. They have no savings, no investments, no freedom. They're running as fast as they can, but they're going nowhere. You are building something different. You are building a foundation. You are building assets. You are building freedom. It doesn't look as good on Instagram, but it feels infinitely better in real life. The hard truth is that building wealth requires you to be different. To think different. To act different. To be willing to look boring while others look flashy. To delay gratification while others consume everything now. But the payoff, the feeling of waking up one day and realizing your money is working for you, the feeling of having options and freedom and security, is worth more than all the temporary pleasures you skipped along the way. Right now, at this moment, you are closer than you think. Not because you're lucky. Not because you have some secret advantage. Not because you're smarter than everyone else. You're closer because you now understand the game. You see the drains. You see the system. You see what's actually required to build wealth. Most people never get this far. They spend their whole lives running on the hamster wheel, never understanding why they can't get ahead. They blame their income, their job, their circumstances. They never realize that the problem was the system all along. But you know now. And once you understand the game, once you see how it's played, you can win it. The path is simple. Pay yourself first. Invest consistently. Cut the big leaks. Increase your income. Stay patient. Let time and compounding do their work. It's not complicated, but it requires you to be different, to choose differently, to build differently. And it starts now, with your next paycheck, with your next decision, with your commitment to building your first $100,000. If this video made sense to you, if it shifted the way you think about money and saving and building wealth, please hit that subscribe button right now. Because on this channel, we don't just talk about money tips and tricks. We break illusions. We expose the hidden systems that keep people stuck. And we show you how to escape. New videos every week. And before you leave, before you click away to go back to your day, I want you to do one thing. Write this in the comments. I'm building my first $100,000. Make it real. Put it out into the world. Commit to it publicly. Because your future, the future where money works for you instead of you working for money, starts now. Today. With this decision. See you in the next video.